guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to Lucy on Cars. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is another video with this Volvo XC90 which we've had for the week, and we're going to be talking about some hidden features in the car. So firstly, you might be watching this because you just watched the channel, which if that's you, amazing, thank you. Secondly, you might be considering buying one of these and you want to see what you've got to expect, or maybe you've already got one and you want to see if there's anything that you didn't know about. Or maybe there's a fourth person that's just like quite likes watching random hidden features videos, as I can kind of relate to that. I'm going to start with the most probably bizarre one that you almost doubt is real. Like when we first saw this, I was like, George, I don't think that's right. We need to check the actual car, but it is true. And I can't quite believe this. It's very unusual, shall we say. Before we quickly get into that, if you didn't see the last video, I did a full review on this. So this is the Volvo XC90 T8 Recharge Hybrid. Amazing car, 455 brake horsepower, so much fun. But yeah, there's a full review video on that on the channel, the last video on the channel. If you haven't seen that already, then go and check it out. But to show you the first funny feature, we're gonna go into the boot. And that's the best way to see this. So, as you know, if you saw that last video, this is a 7-seater. Which often you'll think the 7 seats or the 6th and 7th seats are probably designed with kids in mind. And Volvo took this one step further. Some may say one step too far, but I love it. I'm kind of here for it. It doesn't scream luxury, but it does scream, I don't know what it screams, Halloween. If we go into here, so when these seats are up, you've got a cup holder and a storage compartment, which I firstly think is great for kids anyway. Inside here, we've got a tiny little spider. Why is there a spider? It's so random and bizarre. Like, firstly, whose idea was that? Hilarious. Secondly, how did they actually get that approved? Like, Team Volvo had this very serious board meeting in the office and they went, look guys, I've got this idea. I think we should put a spider in the car and hide it there for the kids. And someone went, yes, John, great idea. Have we got one on the other side? Yeah, good. They wouldn't just do one or the other because then the kids would argue about who has a spider, but bizarre, hilarious. Anyway, while we're at the boot, I'll show you the second hidden feature. But before that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Hero Wars. And if this song that I'm about to play doesn't get in your head for the day, oh, it's gonna. And I'm sorry in advance for that because I can't get it out of mine.
Hero Wars, Hero Wars. Every day I am playing. Feel stress, Hero Wars. Chaos, Hero Wars. Screw them all, I am slaying. Feel stress, Hero Wars. Speed rest, Hero Wars. Screw them all, I am slaying. Hero Wars, Hero Wars. Hero Wars.
So we need the key in our hand for this one. We're going to head back round to the boot. Sorry, it's another windy day today. I haven't actually double checked that this is right, but I'm going to just give it a go. There we go. You do an Irish jig here, like this, and then the boot flies open. So that's amazing. How handy is that? So I'm imagining, right, I'm shopping. I've got Waitrose bags. I've been to Waitrose, piled up here and here, and I'm carrying them. And instead of having to usually like put all your bags down and then this one and then you've got your bags, you go up to it, you've just about managed to do the key button like this, but your fingers are hurting because the plastic bags are pulling down on them. And then you're like this, oh, I've now got to do the boot. Oh, that's good. I've got a Volvo XC90, so I can just plonk them straight there. And because it's got the battery and the boot's actually higher, so ideal for food shopping, this car. Next, we've got, as well as I'm eating my hair, hang on, so windy. As well as being a lens holder for our camera gear, this is also a key holder. Well, I think George is wrong about this. I think it's just so happens that the key fits in it. That's not a key, that's just part of the cup holder, surely.
Try it.
I know it works, but I think it's just coincidence.
It's not coincidence, it's perfect engineering. Try it.
I know it works. Other way around, like that.
Just so you see the Volvo. See? Look at that.
Like it fits, but it doesn't fit really, does it? I think it just so happens to fit, but it's also very awkward.
No, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, but it's just fiddly.
It's straight. Yeah.
It is bloody straight. No, I'm not falling out of you over this, but I don't know if you're right. Get in the comments, guys, if anyone's of an engineer at Volvo, was that intentional or is it just so happens that it's the same size and it fits? So another one, and I don't know if this is intentional or if it is just like, just so happens that it's there. There's some extra storage underneath these seats. It's like, you know, in an airplane seat, you've got extra room underneath. I don't know how we're gonna film this. It's like a big black pit. Basically, trust me, there's a load of storage room underneath. It's like this much. I mean, if you say had like a handbag that you wanted to leave in your car, not on display, or I don't know, a laptop or a camera, you could like slot it underneath there, and it's just a bit of extra storage that you wouldn't usually have. And also in the cargo area. What's that? That's got to be a reason for like lining something up here or doing. I've got a question for you now, which I know probably isn't the idea of watching this video. You're meant to get information from this channel, not actually be the information that I'm asking for. However, what is this for? Lovely cloak, like it opens nicely. It's got like a pressure release on it. It's got a elastic band. So in my head, this is like you're sat down, you're parked up by a waterfall in Sweden, and you've got your paintbrushes lined up here. Or maybe it's like for an easel and you can paint. Or it's for beer. Line your beers up in there. Ice box here. What's it for? Or is it to like, maybe to hold in your shopping bags to stop them rolling around? Or a wine bottle? No, I don't think so. Basically, I've got no idea, because it's quite funny that it's purely obviously only used for this. You think it's storage, but the only space you get is the squares, because it's literally, that's it, like there's nothing there. It's got hooks on, there's a reason for this. There's a really clever reason, and I don't know what it is. So there's hooks and there's something here, I don't know what it's for, but you obviously do have storage as well underneath here, which, I mean, it's not actually much, to be honest. Oh, it goes fairly down here, but it's quite an unusual shape. I'm not sure what you'd have that would fit that, but storage compartment's always good. I do love a storage compartment. And of course we've got our hooks back here as well, but that's fairly standard. I think most cars have got like little bag holders these days. Now, one that you can't exactly see is that this car has an air quality sensor with an advanced filter which monitors and filters cabin air for better air quality. Always good. It's not one you're necessarily going to see, but if you own the car, it's quite nice to know that. Another one that you don't necessarily see, well, we won't see until it's winter, shall we say. You've obviously got the heated steering wheel and heated seats, which I said in the last video, the heated steering wheel gets hot. It gets very, very warm. We've also got the heated seats, but in cold weather, these activate automatically, which I think is really great. I mean, as someone who likes them, it's great. Someone who doesn't, I know some people are funny about heated seats. They don't like the feeling of it. I love them, and it's a bit of a pain. I mean, it's a very minor problem, like silly saying it out loud kind of problem. It's a bit annoying getting in your car and putting your heated seat on, but obviously it doesn't matter. But the fact that it'd be done for you, it feels a bit more like prestigious and luxurious, that it's intelligently selecting settings based on the outside temperature. And obviously being leather seats as well, in the winter it's going to be freezing. So yeah, I think that's really great. So I've recently discovered Hero Wars, and let me tell you, this game has been great for when I need to take a break. So in Hero Wars, you can raid bosses with friends, strategize on the go, and engage in PvP battles for the top leaderboard spot and loot. The game offers 6 modes, from a single player story campaign and titan battles and other exciting expeditions. I won't spoil the rest.
You can assemble heroes into teams and find the best synergies, join over 100 million players and learn tips from veterans.
Old school players can check out the browser edition. There's going to be a link below, so you need to go and check it out for yourselves. It's available on any device, so scan this QR code or download the game from the link below. And take a break for yourself. So the next thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and I don't know if this is particularly hidden or not, but it's something that I don't know I'd know about, or something to look for. So it's down here on the driving. So you go into settings, just here on the bottom right of the screen, go into driving, and then if we scroll down, there's an option here called lane keeping aid, which when you turn this on, basically if you're, I mean, not that it'd be a good thing to do on a regular basis anyway, but if you're falling asleep while driving, which obviously can be super dangerous, and I think I said this a lot in my last video, there's a lot of safety features in being a Volvo. It's great, like I think I'm all for it. If you're falling asleep while driving and you go like this slightly, the car will detect, it's got sensors that will detect where the lane and you've like started to drift over, and it will automatically like jolt you back into position. Or if, I don't know, you're looking at something you shouldn't be looking at, you're looking over there while driving, it will correct your steering and make sure, obviously alerting you, making you jump by taking over the wheel for a second, but also keeps you very safe in being in that lane. It's also got the little blind spot warning, so there's a little mark down here that looks like a little worm on your mirror, and that highlights in orange when something's in your blind spot. And on top of that, we've got pilot assist as default, which I think I'd probably want on there. So it's something that you could have on if you're on a longer drive. It's basically an advanced version of cruise control, because when you press the cruise control button over here, you can switch between cruise control, and because I've turned that on, you can switch between cruise control and pilot assist. And now when you press this one, instead of just being cruise control, it allows you to not have to fiddle with this while driving. You can just go into pilot assist from here. So it's quite nice having things you can adjust to your driving and kind of set them up. Being an advanced version of cruise control, pilot assist is basically gonna take the reins, it's gonna steer for you. It's not self-drive car, It's not like that, but it's close to that because it's going to steer for you and brake for you. It's going to detect, it's got a 360 camera around the whole car and sensors everywhere. It's going to detect where you are from the car in front and keep you the appropriate distance like cruise control would. I haven't tried this out in any smaller roads. I know that with the Tesla, when we had that in autopilot, when we were going around tighter bends and smaller roads, it kind of freaked out a bit and didn't like how tight the corners were. Obviously on a motorway, it's much better. I suppose it's less complex being a straight road. If you're someone that's like bashing out the motorway miles, then it could be a good car for you for that reason, having such like advanced features to help you with longer drives. You know when you go and park somewhere and it's like, keep your ticket safe. If you lose your ticket, we're charging you £50. This is ideal for that. We've got a little clip here to keep your ticket safe, or to keep receipts or anything you want to keep safe. You've got a little clip, but also something very classic Volvo that's been going on for a very long time. And it almost looks like something they've added afterwards. It doesn't look like it would be part of the car when you buy it, but it is this little plastic lip here. It's like a thin piece of rubbery plastic, and you can use that to hold your pay and display, like your parking ticket where you need to actually display it. The amount of times you put your ticket there and you shut the door and it flaps away, and then you have to do it again, and then you close it and it's a bit annoying. So that's like a really nice random feature. Again, feels quite thoughtful, and that Volvo are thinking about the consumer, about the driver when they design these cars. I've only ever seen this in a Volvo, but comment below if I'm wrong. There might be other manufacturers that do it, but yeah, only ever seen it in these. Yeah, look, if I sit up, it's here. There's not much clearance for me. I was just saying to George, I don't find it that easy to get out of because my head stops it. Maybe I'm just used to the Range Rover, but I'd have to really like duck down to get out. But anyway, I think that is probably going to be it for today's video because I've kind of run out of hidden features. So if you own this car, or you have in the past, and you know of any others that I've missed out, then please do get in the comments and let your fellow viewers know. I hope there's not too many because I've done quite a bad job if that's the case. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Loads more fun videos on the channel to come. The next video is potentially going to look at a new car. We're waiting for a phone call today, and if that happens, it'll be the next video on the channel. We're going to go and drive, have a look around it, have a drive, maybe buy it, maybe put a deposit down. We're feeling spontaneous again. It's happening again. So thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next Lucy on Cars. Get in the comments, what am I buying? Get some guesses below. I think some of you are going to get it right.